Hello everyone and welcome to African Docs YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated to leadership and also about Africa. So in this particular interview, we are following the ongoing protest as a result of police brutality in Nigeria. The Nigerian youth have come to the street demanding for a change. So now we are talking to different people to find out what is really happening in what appears to be a crossroad for Nigeria. The person that I'm going to be talking to in this interview is Monday Alade, a Nigerian in the United States. Thank you very much, Monday, for joining us today. Of course, you know that in Nigeria, the conversation have always been about some section of the people. Each group try to fight for its own particular small pocket of interest. But what you are experiencing today is something completely different. The Nigerian youth, the people, are speaking with one voice. And this is something very positive because this can possibly bring a change to the country, Nigeria. So what do you make out of this?
Thank you very much, Obehi. And let me first of all appreciate you for this opportunity. And let me also thank you for actually deeming it fit that I lend my voice, at this critical time in the history of our beloved country, Nigeria. You see, what is going on in Nigeria today is not something that is surprising. I just wonder why some people seem so like they don't know what is going on, like it is something that is out of the ordinary. You see, you have a situation in Nigeria where just 1% of the population is absolutely in control of the wealth of the nation. And in the midst of this, they left the people for far too long without caring for them. No basic things, no basic life. The people cannot actually even fulfill destiny at home. There is a problem. So it is not like this started yesterday or it started last year. Nigeria is 60. This problem has been going on in the last 40 years. So I don't know why it is surprising to people. So I think my people are making genuine agitation. We should all give them the support. As a matter of fact, not just support. We should be part of the conversation. We should all be on the ground to demand for a better Nigeria. We should all be on the ground to say, yes, we support this cause. If there's still anybody, any Nigerian on earth today that is against the agitation of these people, of our people, of my generation, I think the moral credibility of these people should be questioned. And as a matter of fact, their psychology should be evaluated. It is just the humble truth. It speaks to the fact that Nigerians are people who think. They are not just people who just want to fire without aiming. They are not people who want to dance before the dance comes. We are not people who like to just act just because we want to act. No. And on top of this, Nigerians are not people who really don't think beyond the ordinary. So their empathy and their ability to actually also like give people a long time to make restitution is what you're seeing. The people waited for far so long to allow these ruling cabals, to get their lives together and actually out of their own volition see what the people are looking for. But unfortunately, this generation of Buhari, Obasanjo, and Tinubu and Kode still couldn't see anything. So it gets to a point that the youth actually have to take to the street to let them know that, see, we'll be asking you to do this, but you refuse to. Now, forcefully or whichever way, this is what our demands are. Now, you cannot blame the Nigerian people, for what they're doing. You have to blame the ruling cabal who failed to lead from the front. They only lead from their pocket, they lead from their stomach, but not from their brain, not from the front. That is the problem. The people gave them a very long rope. Now, with due respect to the example you gave that during Jonathan, it is not like the people actually wanted Jonathan out. No. Just like what is going on now, the people actually gave Jonathan so much time to redeem itself. But Jonathan failed. He couldn't. And on top of this, they became so unapologetic. They felt it is their birthright to rule Nigeria with iron fist, through brute, through force. And nobody can question their authority. The same attitude is what Buhari brought to power in 2015. And that is why you are seeing the people are saying enough is enough. We are just tired of all of this. We cannot allow you to continue. We cannot allow you to continue to kill us. We cannot allow you to continue to deprive us. We cannot allow you to continue to suppress us. We cannot allow you to continue to rob us of our own, of our own resources. And at the end of the day, you use the proceeds to also intimidate and suppress us. Enough is enough. That is what these youths are saying. It is not actual. You see, I am surprised when people still keep confusing End SARS movement and all of that. See, if you are not blind, if someone is not blind, looking at Nigeria alone, it should tell you that these youths are not only asking for police reform or End SARS. They are venting their frustration on the lack of, on the lack of leadership. They are venting their anger on their inability to fulfill destiny at home. They are venting their anger on why they are not even involved in the political process. For God's sake, Buhari passed into law, did not too young to rule whatever. Till today, how many youths of my generation are in power, except those that are really ready to lick their butt? People like Keyamo, people like the other one, Yaya Bello, that bastard, and the other Dino Melaye, that useless element. So I don't know at what point would these elders actually have to come to the realization that they have overstayed their time. They failed. They failed. They failed the generation. In their time, they were fighting over chicken and rice. It tells you their mindset. It tells you where their brains are. And the same attitude they brought to this generation. But this generation is saying, no, we are not generation of rice and beans. We are not generations of chicken. What we are asking is good governance. What we are asking is good road. What we are demanding is good hospitals. What we are demanding is good paying job. How do we expect that Nigeria, with all these vast resources, natural, human, and human capital and everything, Nigeria still have to perish at the Mediterranean Sea? Many of them are in Asian and Middle East, going through the worst form of suppression, brutality, and all of that. Come on. This is what these guys are protesting against. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Today, we are talking of police brutality. But in my view, it's actually the Nigerian system that we should be talking about, which is both erratic and problematic. Now, you are a police officer in the United States, and you are coming from Nigeria, of course, which means that you know the story from both ends. So how do you react to the alleged police brutality in Nigeria? What do you take out of it?
You see, in every society where you have revolution or where you have people agitating for what ought to be, it is not something that happened out of the blues. So there must be something, there must be that thing that sparked the entire conversation. So in Nigeria, it is the SARS or police brutality. For example, if you look at French Revolution, for example, it was food that sparked it. But there were other systemic issues in France that the people were already tired of. But the issue of bread provided that platform for them to actually, go into, revolution, demanding for what they actually want. So the same thing we are experiencing in Nigeria. End SARS movement was that platform. But again, It is just a figment of the entire problem that is confronting Nigeria. No doubt, the way Nigerian police is structured is very wrong. But again, you cannot outrightly blame the police, because when the head is suffer, the entire body is suffering. So that is what you see, that the police became so lawless, so brutal, so to the extent that if they are trying to extort you and you refuse to give them money, they can kill you at will and nobody will question. Everything boils down to the collapsed center. The center has collapsed, so there is no coordination. It's just like what the W. Yeats said about when it talked about about things fall apart. When things fall apart, the center, if the center can no longer hold, there's a huge problem. Anarchy will reign, and that is what you see the police did, because the center collapsed. Now, on the issue of policing, we cannot just draw conclusion without going back to how these police officers were trained, the kind of training they have, what constitute their curriculum, what are they learning, what are they teaching them, what is the character of the people teaching them, who are these men of Nigerian police force. We have to put all of this in perspective. In America, for example, before they hire you as a police officer, they will speak to your wife. They will speak to your mother, if you still have one. They will speak to your father. They will speak to your sisters. They will speak to your family members. They will speak to people in your street. If you are renting a home, they will speak to your landlord. They will speak to your neighbors. They will go to your former job and find out who you truly are. All of these are meant to ensure that you are not the type with questionable character. And sadly, it is not so in Nigeria. This police officer, I personally witnessed it. Before I left Nigeria, I wanted to be a police officer. I applied several times. I was never selected. Even when I applied to be ASP cadet after I graduated from university, they didn't take me, and I tried to also be inspector cadet. It didn't work out. What do you think they were asking? They were asking me who is my father. They were asking me how much did I have. I have to go look for senator. I have to go look for president to sign my paperwork. It's not done. Now, you have people who, questionable characters, who paid their recruiters to recruit them into the police. And a whole lot of these guys are troublesome people. A lot of them were former cultists. A lot of them were former hard drug users. A lot of them are people who were fighting and beating people on the street. A whole lot of them were former hoodlums. And even recently, we learned that Buhari started conscripting into the police and military men and women who were formerly terrorists. Now, how do you think these people will go into the police and become a changed people? They will not. It's just like Buhari. He was a former military person, and not just a former military person, he was a fascist and a religious bigot. Okay? Now, he came back as a civilian. We thought he has changed. They gave him a platform. Look at the disaster he made out of Nigeria. Now, it is the same thing that goes with these police officers with questionable character, and you recruited them into the police. And at the end of the day, you expected them to do good work? No, they will not. They will not. That is what you are witnessing in police brutality. So it is the failed system that failed to do what is right. They failed. In America, they call it negligent hiring. When you hire people that are not supposed to be in specific position, but you hire them anyway because of your affiliation to them or because they were able to buy their way one way or the other. It is negligent hiring. Go back. If we have to reform the police, it's a long way. Go back and review the background of each of these guys that are men and women of the Nigerian police force. Tell me just one that is holy. No. A lot of them are even using fake work result. I'm just being sincere with you. I can go on and on. I can name names. I'm not just lying to you. I know them. I am a Nigerian. I was born a Nigerian. So these are the issues. So these people cannot do good work. So this is the same attitude they transfer. Now, when they use that, they now also find a system that is so corrupt, a system where politicians is more superior than the people that elected them. So that created a very fertile ground for the police officers to continue to exhibit their hidden characters. So Obehi, everything you are seeing is just a collapse system. Nigeria has collapsed. It collapsed. That is the problem. Nigeria fell beyond words. That is the problem. So if we have to reform the police and we leave these same political thieves, again, there's no solution. So if we must resolve the problem in Nigeria today, it has to start from Buhari resigning from his position. One, he did not fit to be a president of any country, not even a president of Niger Republic, not to talk of a great country like Nigeria. Since this protest began, this man has not deemed it fit to talk to Nigerians. He couldn't talk to them. These are the people whose back he rose to prominence. It has suddenly become difficult for him to engage the people. And the Northerners are siding him because he is a Northerner. And you see the problem? But when he was campaigning and came to the South, it was not a problem. My brother, Nigeria has collapsed. The system is completely gone. It's completely gone. And in all fairness to the police, they are not the only agency that is corrupt. Go to the immigration, go to the military, go to the DSS or whatever they call them, go to the other one they call a civil defense. Just name it. None is good. No one is good. So it is the system that is wrong, not necessarily these people.
That was highly informative. Thank you very much for that, dear Monday. Now, there is something that I've been really worried about recently. It is the tactics to sort of entice the protesters, even though they are peaceful, to sort of drag them into violent protesters. And this has been done by trying to inject violence into the system, by infiltrating them and things like that. Of course, you can read about this if you follow the protest. So do you think this is going to weaken the protest as we go by the day?
You see, our people are very cultured. They are see what you are seeing in Nigeria. If this was to be Arab nation or the Middle East or the Asian, this would have become the issue of guns, cutlasses, and all of that. But you have youths that are so cultured, educated, and they have demonstrated to the world that Nigerians are civil, that we use our brain, not our stomach, like many of us or many people were thinking that, oh, these people are so dumb. What these people are still saying is to ask this generation to voluntarily relinquish power. That is what they're saying. It is not until they open their mouth. You see, this is why this generation that you're seeing on the street so unique. This is why they are different from their older generation. They're intelligently, they're technically telling this older generation that you have overlived your time. That is what they're saying. Buhari has not led from the front. His ministers failed to lead from the front. Look at the representatives, the senators, the state assembly members, and all of them. They all failed to lead from the front. Now, if these were men and women, that if this present political elite in Nigeria are men and women who truly know what they're doing, at this point, each of the 408 or whatever amount of senators, rep, state assembly members, all of them should be back in their various respective constituency, engaging with the people on the ground. That is what they should have been doing. every one of them go back to their constituencies, talking to the people, asking them questions, going to house, appealing, talking to people. Then the federal government from the top is constantly on the air talking. That is what they should be doing. But unfortunately, they all remain in their hidden houses in Abuja or wherever they are. So what does that tell you? I mean, I'm just asking you. They were never prepared to lead the people. They are only interested in the money that they're gaining illegitimately. Not necessarily they have any interest, any genuine interest in the people. Till as I speak with you, no senator, no member of House of Representatives, no state legislator have engaged with the people. None. The governors are busy meeting with themselves, but it's so difficult for them to go back to the people that voted for them. Sanwo-Olu from Lagos, who actually stepped out to talk, he is only speaking the voice of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, one of, the problem of Nigeria. So the question my youths are technically asking is that relinquish power, Buhari resign. That is what they're sending. And if you cannot resign, or if you think you still want to continue power, you have to show us something that is substantial. You have to tell us why we need to trust you. Because my generation lost confidence in Buhari and his generation. They lost confidence in them. So they're just asking genuine questions. Buhari resigned. Did you want us to tell you first before you resign? Ask all these senators. Enough is enough. Ask all of them to go back to their parents' home or to their respective homes. They're stolen them. That is all this generation is asking. Because without you resolving that federal government, it is extremely difficult to reform the system. Because these people have stolen so much. You can even see the manner in which they are using thugs and police and army to infiltrate the youth, killing them in large numbers for no reason, because they're asking for what is legitimate.
Yesterday, I read a report from BBC.com about how the Nigerians are using extreme force to quell the protest. And the point is that the Nigerian government, the Nigerian police need to be really careful in the way they handle this issue, because what led the people to the street in the first place was the police brutality. If they then continue to employ the same tactics to handle the protesters, who are by no means violent in this case, they are therefore confirming what the people are saying. So what do you take from that?
From what you can see, Nigerians have resolved because they have waited for far so long. When revolution is fully matured, as it is in the case of Nigeria, no amount of killing you will kill the people that will resist them. No amount. And that the international community are already becoming aware of the situation is a good thing. It means people are paying attention. America is doing as well. Britain is doing. And remember, all these people did not like Buhari in the first place. Now, on your question, if it will weaken the movement, I sincerely doubt it. It will not. Because most of this youth you see, their agitation is not something that was forced on them. It's their emotions that Buhari played with. So that emotion that the stake in Buhari 2015 is what is revolting against him. And nothing can hold a man that is emotionally moved. It is difficult. These people voted for Buhari because he promised them certain things and they trusted him. But unfortunately, he came and became the president of the northern people, the president of Fulanis. And the president of anywhere Fulani is located on the map, Buhari became their president using Nigerian wealth, The people were watching. Nigerians were watching. All of these are the things that these people are tired of. So no amount of police killing, no amount of army brutality will stop this generation you're seeing. They are ready to die for generation for generation unborn. I'm just being sincere with you. And the earlier Buhari listened to them, the better for him. His failure to listen to this generation and think he's going to use brute and force to coerce them into submission, it will get to a time it will be an eye for an eye. And that is where it is going. And he shouldn't forget that many Nigerians who are well trained and versed in the use of arms and law enforcement techniques are all watching. And as a matter of fact, as I speak with you, they are brainstorming. They are brainstorming. It will get to a time you will be surprised that most of these Nigerians will become armed. And at that point, it's going to be too late. People like Buhari probably would be killed and used as meal. That is where this revolution is going. So the earlier he listened to the people, either resign voluntarily or do the will of the people, the better for him. And the better for Northerners, that this youth will back out. Look at videos, go to Facebook, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, see videos. He's getting bloody by the day, yet these youth keep coming out. They're tired. And it's going to get to a time Nigeria will become a pariah. Most of this international community will start heaping sanctions on Nigeria. Remember, they never liked Buhari in the first place. So this is going to give them a background, the opportunity to deal with him. And Buhari at the end of the day will be the one to suffer it. Just write it somewhere.
Recently, I've saw some video, particularly of northern politicians, who tend to want to drag the argument into a tribal conflict by way of inflammatory comment, by the way they look at the argument, as if Buhari is not the president of the entire Nigeria, as if Buhari was only the president of the North, and now the South are against him for this reason. This is it makes me think, it makes me want to wonder. Are we not talking of Nigeria? Are we not talking of the interest of the Nigerian people? Does it really count that much where the president is coming from? Just because it's a Muslim, doesn't mean he need to be spared. If anything is wrong, his name doesn't need to be called or something like that. All these things, they make the argument in favor of those who are actually on the street that are calling for change.
Buhari exists because Nigerians exist. It's not because the northern people exist. See, if you look at the geography of Nigeria, even if you look at the people of Nigeria, the North try to kind of think they have more advantage because they think they have the larger population. It's a lie. The population in the South is more than the entire North combined together, even in tenfold. I did my NYC in Yobe State. I traveled far and wide north. They have used this numerical strength to manipulate the people for a very long time. Now, on top of this, not that they have any meaningful contribution to Nigeria. They don't. Yet, they won't do what is right. And they think now that Nigerians are asking Buhari to do what is right, they are trying to make it not North versus South thing. And that is what is going to blow this thing out of proportion. I'm just telling you the truth. It is what will blow it out to that extent that Buhari will pay for his crime against Nigeria. And that is where this thing is all going. When Buhari asked Nigerians to revolt against Goodluck Jonathan, didn't see anything good, anything bad in Buhari then. When Buhari called Nigerians to emulate the revolution in Egypt and revolt against Jonathan, the Northerners didn't see anything bad in what Buhari was saying against a democratically elected government. But now that Nigerians are asking Buhari to act right, it suddenly become a crime in the wisdom of the Northern Nigerian. It tells the problem that they have created in the system since its creation. So, my brother, there's no need pretending about it anymore. The time has come, and I'm happy in my lifetime. Nigerians, Nigerians stood up. One said, okay. God, I thank you. I never think this will happen in a lifetime. I am rejoicing everywhere I go. People are asking me what is going on in Nigeria, and I am telling them that this is what is going on. Even my police chief, I was so happy. And Nigerians across the globe are all united, speaking with one voice. What does that tell you, Obey? What does it tell you? The reaction is a positive one. Because most of us that are even in diaspora, it is not our will. It is not that many. Are you serious? That I don't want to sit there in my mother's village or my father's village and just sit there and have palm wine, sit down on that coconut tree or other bamboo tree, talking to my friends, my traditional friends. You think I don't? Many of us want to stay home and live a productive life. But this bastard regime, this bastard generation drove all of us away. So many Nigerians abroad, they're all united. See what is going on in US now. Go to US Nigerian embassy in DC, Nigerian embassy in New York, all across America. Nigerians are everywhere wearing Nigerian flag. Come say enough is enough. Everywhere you go, England, UK, England, Italy, France, go everywhere. Nigerians are united. That is enough. I don't know what else to say. It's the unity of the mind.
Thank you for that. But do we really need to play the tribal card again? I mean, for how long can we continue to tribalize the system? Because it's not taking us anywhere. Who is going to defend Nigeria if all of us are defending our little pockets of interest?
They will fail. Let them see. It is not new. Even in the days of Awo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Tafawa Balewa, and Aminu Kano, that was the same thing. Aminu Kano, Tafawa Balewa, and some other northern elite, that was the same games they played. It is not like they succeeded against the South, but the South betrayed itself because there was a division between Awo and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. That was why the Northerners got that advantage. But today, the South is united. Even some people like Olusegun Obasanjo that sold us away is even in tune with this youth. I don't know what else you want me to say. As if this is not enough, even the Easterners that I was even thinking would be difficult to bring them into this conversation, they're already seeing the need because the liberation that the Nigerian youth are fighting for is the liberation of the entire African, is the liberation of the entire Nigerian. It is the same ideology that Kaduna Nziagu sold that politicians then refused to listen to, that led to the first program, which led to that coup d'etat. And if you look, they deliberately killed Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa and left the other guys. It wasn't by mistake, it was a calculation because they were the problem at the time. They were the ones that were dividing Nigeria. Go listen to some of the comments, some of the words of Ahmadu Bello. It will speak. You will be amazed that was he a leader? How did he even make it to fighting for Nigeria's independence? That man stood for the division of Nigeria from the get-go. So that was why that coup became imminent. Now, it didn't stop there. The same ideology is what Ojukwu stood for. The only little difference is that Ojukwu became more of a regionalist instead of being a nationalist. That is the only difference. Ojukwu wanted good life for his people. He wanted equitable distribution of the national resources. He wanted good job for his people. He wanted electricity for his people. He wanted good road. He wanted good opportunity. He wanted his Igbo people to be prepared for the opportunities of this 21st century. That was what Ojukwu fought for. He went to school in England. He saw what it is. So what are we agitating for today? It's the same thing. No difference. And the Igbos are gradually realizing this. I have a lot of Igbo. I have Igbos friends that are captain in the Nigerian army. I have Igbo friend that is a commodore. I have Igbo friend that is a brigadier general in Nigerian army. I talk to these are my friends. We went to school together. We talk every day. And these guys, they are on the same page with these revolutionaries. So what are you going to say? So did not have no voice in Nigeria. The voice they have is because the Yorubas sold out. And I am a Yoruba man. I will never pretend about it. The day the Yoruba speak with one voice, who is the Northerners? They are nothing. And that is the point we are right now today. The Yorubas are coming together and the Easterners are also merging up. Who are the Northerners? They are nothing. They're talking about war. Do they know what war is? We have a two-star general in Asono. He does not know the importance of intelligence. The other northern generals are like that. Not to talk of where you have the most sophisticated military and police mind in Africa. My brother, they will run.
All right. As the last question for the interview, where do you think we will go from here? Because it seems to be boiling right now.
From here, it is not going back. There's no going back. We have started it. There's no going back. And as a matter of fact, I am moving a motion now that many of us that are even in diaspora need to go back home and join this protest. We all have to. We all have to. Those of us with some specialized trainings and all of that, it is the time we all need to become, coordinated and lend our voices and become, technical members. We have to get involved. There is no going back because going back is a defeat. So we have to stay true. Even if they're going to kill, how Buhari will kill the whole of us, we will see it. He cannot kill the whole of us. He cannot. And amazingly, some of us actually have that solid international connection that he least understands. So, my brother, there's no going back. It is forward, forward, forward. That is all we need to do. There is no going back. I applaud Nigerians. I thank them. I don't know how to say it. This generation, obey, they did us proud. They saved us. They show that Nigerians are not just wayward. They show that we are not coward. We cannot afford not to give them everything we can to support them.
With this, I really want to thank Monday Alade for the time that he has spent explaining some of these complicated issues to our viewers. And I thank you also, the viewer who have listened to this video to the end of it. And for more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to click on the bell icon so you never miss any of our uploads. See you soon.